Hi guys, so it's been a while. I'm aware I haven't posted a vlog in a bit of time. It has been a busy few weeks in terms of business, so I'm trying to get back into swing of this because I did really want a vlog closer towards the sort of show day and kind of show you guys what it's like to be that close to a show and to explain kind of how I'm feeling as we're approaching 3 weeks out now. So yeah, so I am starting to get a little bit the noticeable signs of fatigue in a prep. Like as you go through, the first sort of 10 to 12 weeks should be fairly easy, depending obviously on your start point and how well you kind of deal with the sort of fatigue. But for me, having gone through like a couple of preps before, it has been pretty easy so far. And then I would say the last week is starting to get a bit harder. So towards the end of last week, before a couple of high days, I was starting to feel a little bit draggy in my legs. I'm going to document the next time I have a high day, so you've got an idea of what I do on those days. But basically, I've had a couple of high days so far. No, actually, 4 high days. So usually we'll do them back to back. So last time was Saturday, Sunday, and I had two high days. And all that does is basically sort of wash away some of that fatigue, gives me a bit of a boost in energy, and predominantly carbohydrates are increased on those days. And before that, I had another couple high days, and that was 12 days before. So typically what we're doing at the moment is we are topping up, replenishing glycogen, washing away some of that fatigue, and then we're pushing for more fat loss for the next sort of 12 days, and then we top up again and we go again. As we're getting closer to the show, the idea is we are pulling back from some of the cardio and we're washing away some of that fatigue, because the accumulation of fatigue can have an impact on the look. Basically what you'll notice is the physique looks a little bit watery. So depends on how hard obviously you've been pushing. If you've still got body fat to lose, then there's not much you can do, and you're just as well like continuing to dig for close to the show. But if you're pretty much fat free, then this does make a difference. So the plan for me is for that first show is to be dig really hard now and then wash away some of that fatigue. So currently these are the current this is the current intake and expenditure. So training days, I am setting sort of a little over 2,300 calories and not that much over 2,000 calories on non-training days. Expenditure wise, 45 minutes of cardio daily. I'm just doing that on the cross trainer for my hip. My hip is feeling a lot better. It still is a little bit sore, but that seems to be low impact. And as long as my heart rate's up above that 130, 140 mark, we're all good. We're burning through. So daily cardio, steps around 10 to 12k, and training hasn't really changed. We are currently doing like a back and biceps, pull, push and arms, push and triceps, and a leg day, leg and delt day. So a little less focused on the legs, mainly because I'm competing in men's physique. Most of the focus is on the upper body, but also my hip as well, taking some of that strain off. And I have noticed this time around, not training legs as frequently, my legs don't feel as draggy as they probably should do at this stage of prep. We do have a bit to lose, I would say. So I'm currently sitting around that 86 to 87 kg mark. We probably got another 3 to 4 kilos strip off, which should come off in these next sort of 3 weeks. Like as we deplete down, a lot of that weight's going to come off, and then we will be ready for Dubai. So this is basically just going to be a sort of day in the life. I'm going to crack on with my client check-ins now. I've got a busy day ahead, so I'm going to take you along for a little bit of it. And yeah, stay tuned, or I'll see you in the next clip. So guys, this is now my favorite meal of the day. It's my pre-workout meal. You've probably seen it before in the full day of eating video, but obviously things have changed a little bit now in terms of nutrition. food has come down quite a bit. So typically the way I'm eating at the moment is all my carbs, pretty much all my carbs, are just centered around the workout window. So I'm having 100 grams of oats as my main carb source pre-workout, with 100 grams of berries, usually blueberries, and then post-workout will be 130 grams of cocoa pops as my main carb source, and then I'll have some highly branched cyclic dextrin in with an intra-workout. Other than that, all the meals are pretty much carb free, other than one where I have like 2 caramel rice cakes in. So this is my favorite meal. I make it as like a baked oats, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So here are the ingredients for the baked oats. Basically, I'm going to add a little bit of this. Now, little things like baking soda, the zero cal syrups are to be used, not abused. What you can end up doing in a prep is going overboard with these things, and really you're just going to upset your digestion. So tiny little bit of the zero cal maple syrup on top of the oats, and just a tiny amount of baking soda just to give it a little bit of a cake-like texture. So all I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to measure out 100 grams of oats. So I'm going to try and get this spot on. There we go, bang on. And then I always measure out my salt intake for the day. So this was 9 grams of salt, so I'm going to just use a pinch of this. I had some of it with my meal one, and then I'll add some into my intra as well. So a pinch of salt in there. And then the tiniest amount of baking soda, like really not, that's almost a bit too much, but I'll take some of that out. So don't do what I did there and use a spoon to do that. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's not ideal. And then we're going to use 55 grams of whey protein. I've got the Perform Whey, which is really good. We're going to go 55 grams of this. Again, trying to do this one-handed. It's not the smartest of ideas. Okay, I'm going to switch this off just so I can get this right. So we have made a complete mess here, but finally got there, and then all I do is just add some water to that. So maybe like 300 mils of water. I'm going to screw on the top, and I'm going to blend this up. Okay, so now I have the mixture just poured out into like a ramekin, and I get some greaseproof paper on just so it doesn't stick. And then all I'm going to do now is add in 100 grams of blueberries. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's 100 grams of blueberries added, and then all I'm going to do is just a little pinch of salt once again over the top, and then put that in the oven. That looks really good. So it pays to take a bit of effort with your food. So that will go in for about 30 minutes, and what I will tend to do is I'll check on that halfway through. It will probably not be cooked in the middle. At that point, I'm gonna go ahead, make a hole in the middle of it, and just add 10 grams of peanut butter, and then that's the oats finished. So this is the final product. It looks pretty good. As you can see, I probably added a little bit too much of the baking soda. It's kind of risen up, but yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna get stuck into this. This is my pre-workout meal. So I've said it before, guys, I think it does pay to spend a little bit of time, a little bit of effort with your food, especially as you go through prep. You get a little bit more food focus, but if you take your time, it doesn't really feel like you're dieting as such. Like this, really enjoyable, pretty filling. I mean, it's same ingredients as I would normally use, but essentially I'm kind of eating like almost this big loaf or cake sort of thing. So it does pay, but obviously like be wary of using too much of those like diet hacks, like the syrups and stuff. I've got a little bit of the skinny syrup on this, used a little bit of the baking soda, but don't use that too much. Like there is a temptation as your diet goes on to use more and more of that sort of stuff, but keep it the same, keep it consistent throughout. So just back from the gym, guys, not too long ago. I've finished my post-workout, but typical day at the moment is I wake up about 6:30ish. Sometimes a little bit later. I actually prefer to sleep in just a little bit. I'll get to the gym, do my cardio. Today was cardio and abs, and I'll alternate that. So sometimes normally I'll just do cardio and abs in the morning, but like at the weekend I'll do posing. Other than that, like my posing sessions will generally be after my main sort of session in the afternoon. So I'll get back usually around sort of 8:45, 8:30, 8:45, have my meal, my first meal of the day, and then I'll get cracking into check-ins sort of around that 9:30 mark, and work all the way up to like 11:30, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, I will get my oats that I showed you earlier on. I'll get them ready, and that usually takes about 30, 40 minutes to get ready, but that's perfect time for me to have a little bit of downtime because I don't get tons and tons of downtime. So a little bit of downtime then. And then I will currently I'm walking to the gym. My car's in the garage, taking forever to get back. But I'll either do a little bit of a walk after the post-workout meal, and then drive to the gym, or walk currently. And then I will do my session, come back, get back around sort of like 4, half 4, just depending on the day. Post-workout meal in, any more steps I need to hit, I'll do. And then I'll work generally up to about 7:30. So today's been quite a busy one. I've had a new start, so program out. Tuesday's usually a busy day for me for check-ins, so busy morning check-in wise. And now I've just got a bit of admin. So typically on a Tuesday I'll write like a blog article. So I'm going to get that up now, and then I will chill out have another meal after 7:30, and then I'll just generally sort of chill out a little bit for the rest of the evening. Kind of get to bed about 10:15 or something like that. So that's usually my schedule at the moment, and it works well for me. Again, everyone's routine's slightly different, but you need to figure out what works best for you. So we can crack into some work, and I will catch you in a bit. So guys, as you can probably tell, it's a different day. I forgot to conclude the vlog, so here we are. I've had a little bit of a trim, if you can't tell, but this is my second last haircut before show day, which is crazy. I just can't believe how quick this prep has gone. 16 weeks down, we've still got another 11 to go until the end, but our first show is just a little over 3 weeks now, which is insane. But yeah, this vlog was a little bit all over the place. Hopefully it's all coherent, but the main thing is next time around I want to go through my peak week for Dubai. I want to explain what we're doing, why we're doing things, and how that's going to bring about the best look on the Saturday, the day I compete. So the next vlog is going to be very much like a peak week vlog. I may do a high day in between as well, so I might document my high day. I have mentioned that, so I would like to do that. I don't know if we're going to get a high day from now until Dubai, because we are very much digging hard. So we'll see, but I definitely will be doing the peak week, and then of course show day as well. So thanks again for watching today. If you've got any questions or any comments, please leave them down below, and I will catch you in the next vlog.